Hello, and welcome to the Friday Night SmackDown review. Maybe coming out on Friday night. I don't know, probably not. But anyway, there's a lot to talk about on this card because, they're building to Survivor Series Wargames, and Wargames is a Big Four PLE. And the SmackDown, it built towards some things that I like. It had some things that were okay, like always, but overall, I would say that the show's pretty good. And I know that there's been a lot of criticism about the build for Survivor Series and all this, and I think people just complain too much. That's my opinion. I'm liking it right now. But let's get started, and we're getting started with the Vision. Heyman, I get why people are complaining about this. Because Heyman literally just introduces the guys pretty much again. He puts a little spin on it. He said that Braun Breaker is gonna bite all their asses. That was an interesting line. He says that they should acknowledge the OTT, original tribal thief. And Heyman's really passionate. I'm very impressed with Heyman. Like, I know he's he's an amazing talker, but how he just keeps talking and doesn't stutter even a little bit, it's honestly impressive. And then he completely builds up Logan Paul by calling him a douche, which I thought was really funny. He didn't say that, but he's like, oh, these anybody as awful as this guy, and he hands the mic to Logan Paul, and Logan Paul was like, hey guys, I hear you guys booing me because you guys don't like me, but I don't care if you guys are booing me. I have a lot to say. Well, he gets cut off by the best tag team ever. That's coming out to Jey Uso's theme song. Whatever. If only they had an Usos theme song to come out to. No, that makes no sense. Heyman asks if the Usos are stupid because, they're outnumbered. He goes 1, 2, 3, 4. He counts himself, which was kind of funny. What are you going to do, Walrus, Or Penguin? What are you going to do? And the Usos are like, oh, you think that we came alone? Cody Rhodes is here! But they kind of pan to the entranceway, and Cody Rhodes isn't here. Where is Cody Rhodes? He's getting attacked by Drew McIntyre in his own tour bus. I love this. Because they made this a point, they said Drew McIntyre is not welcome in the arena because he's suspended. So he attacked Cody in his tour bus that's in the parking lot. I think that is very... They probably retconned that throughout the show, and they're like, ooh, that's, good. But it was good. I thought that was very clever of them. Drew can't go on to, he can't go in the arena, but he can attack Cody out in the parking lot. So I thought that was pretty great. Usos run to him. They go to commercial. The Usos are checking on him, and Drew, he's driving away, and he goes, see ya at War Games, and drives off. It was great. I loved it. Cody Rhodes, he had a few nasty gashes on his face. Good makeup that they did on him. I mean, not makeup. They cut him for real there. Drew just has, brass knucks that just sliced Cody's face. For sure. But we have to get to a match. And it's the Ilya Dragunov Open Challenge. Probably the best part of Friday Night SmackDown. And who accepts it? Ilya's waiting. And it's J.D. McDonough. Now, J.D. McDonough is here to obviously support Finn Balor because he has a match later in the night. But he's like, might as well answer the Open Challenge. And as soon as I saw J.D. McDonough came out, I immediately just thought of NXT Ilya versus J.D. McDonough. I could have swore it happened more than twice, but it didn't, which is fine. But, man, this match was crazy. There was a nasty spell to the outside with a suplex, Spanish fly, Constantine specials. But of course, Ilya ends up hitting an H-bomb and is still your United States champion. This was a great match. It really was. JD McDonough, I'm going to keep saying it, he's the most underrated wrestler on the roster right now. And, I said that a few weeks ago, and now everybody else is saying it. I don't know. Is everybody watching Manatee Sports? Well, if not, they should. Make sure you like this video and subscribe. We go backstage now to Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, and Charlotte's like, I'm only like doing this for you, right? Because we're whatever, we're friends or whatever. And Alexa goes, yeah, I'm sorry about this. It's Rhea waiting with Io, and it's like, and Charlotte's like, oh man, really? So Rhea has Io leave, Alexa leaves, and they have a conversation. I didn't put this in here, but later in the night, they kind of like shake hands, and they're like, we're good. We don't like each other, and I'm sure it'll go back to being whoever's the best out of us soon enough, but let's just team together now. And Rhea's like, there's nobody I'd rather go to war with than Charlotte Flair. So it was pretty cool. Flair says that she's in, and she's the fourth member. Wow, what was the point of her pretending to not be in the team? I don't get that. We go to the Last Time Is Now tournament now with Bronson Reed and Carmelo Hayes. Now, throughout this entire match, I'm like, I really hope Carmelo wins. I really hope Carmelo wins. I really hope Carmelo wins. Like, I was just saying that over and over again throughout this match. Bronson and Carmelo, this was a very fun match. And, of course, the Vision is here. So the Last Time Is Now tournament gets a little tainted because this is the first, interference we've had in any matches or anything. And, of course, it's for the War Games build. They have somebody who's in the War Games, so it makes sense. And Braun Breaker is actually going to take advantage of Paul Heyman and Logan Paul distracting the ref. He's going to go spear Carmelo Hayes through the barricade, but the Usos are here. They stop him. A huge brawl starts. Bronson kind of grabs Carmelo on the outside, but he doesn't get very far. Cody Rhodes is here, and he hits a crossroads on Bronson Reed, throws Carmelo back in the ring, and Carmelo Hayes wins via countout. I hate how Carmelo Hayes won this match. Why couldn't Cody hit the crossroads, throw Bronson in the ring, Carmelo recovers, hits nothing but net, and pins Bronson Reed? Why can't you pin Bronson Reed? Frustrating. Because Carmelo Hayes finally gets the biggest win of his career, and it's via countout. I mean, Maxine Dupree won via countout, and now she's Intercontinental Champion. So maybe I'm questioning the wrong thing. Maybe it's just a matter of time between when Carmelo Hayes wins that U.S. title, I guess. But I'm glad Melo won, but I just didn't really like the way that he won. But what I did like is Cody Rhodes grabbing a mic, and he calls out everybody, and he has fire lines for everybody. He says, Bronson, you're the best in this group, but you won't realize that until you're looking at the lights, because they already turned on you. He says, where's Braun at? Historically, a Steiner has never beaten or been better than a Rhodes. Oh, that was a great line. I loved that. He says, Logan Paul, you can keep doing your flips and your drone shots, but don't worry, nobody's gonna care anyway. Oh. He basically calls Paul, he's like, I'm looking at that graphic, and Paul Heyman, you've represented everybody up there. And he's at WrestleMania, you turned on them and everything, just basically calling him a snake. I kind of forgot the line. And he says, Brock, don't forget who the last person who beat you here was. And not just once, but twice. Holy, Cody just snapped. And I loved it. I loved every second of it. Cody completely snapped. This is more of the Cody we need. And speaking of fiery promos, Sami Zayn cuts a great fiery promo. He's like, you're looking at 5 of the best wrestlers in the world. We may not be family, but we come from the same tree, and that's Graps. He doesn't say that, but basically what he says. He's like, you got the best tag team in the world. You got one of the best people from Japan. You got one of the best from Mexico. And then you got Sami Zayn. Oh. Man. Later in the night, Solo has another good promo. He says that he's gonna... that the Motor City Machine Guns don't have enough ammunition to take down the family tree. They said that they're gonna send Shinsuke back to Japan. They say that they're gonna wait till Sammy's the last one just so Solo can beat him down even more. I don't remember what they said about Rey Fenix. Not gonna lie, I don't remember. But we got a 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series elimination match next week on Friday Night SmackDown. Oh, I'm so excited for this match. I never thought I'd be so excited for an MFT match, but you look at the people on this ring and you just look at how much history there is outside of WWE, not between the people, but just they like Shinsuke, huge in Japan, Phoenix, huge all over the place, Motor City Machine Guns, huge in TNA, Sammy ran the Indie/ROH, Tama Tonga in Tonga Loa, Gorillas of Destiny, Hikuleo, known as Talatonga now, ran New Japan. Jeff Cobb, also known as JC Mateo now, he was in Zack Saber's faction and was all over the place in Lucha Underground. And then you got the Nepo baby Solo Sikoa. But anyway, that's not important. But yeah, there's just so much history in this match, and I'm just really excited that it's an elimination match. Now, I am going to go with the MFT winning, and I think there weren't any teasers, but I think the Wyatts will come out after, and we'll get a big face-off, probably leading to WrestleMania at this point. But now we have a tag match, and it's Fraxium versus DIY. DIY, they don't have the We Are. They don't have that awful theme song anymore. They have Ciampa's like beeping, and then it goes into Rebel Heart. I knew that they were winning as soon as they came out to Rebel Heart. Like, that's great. And this was a great match. But the match really gets turned upside down when Frazier dives to the outside, ref is distracted, and Candice LeRae rips off Axiom's mask, and Gargano just jumps on him and pins him. And DIY gets a big win, maybe working their way back up the tag ranks. I mean, when is Ciampa going to answer this open challenge? And when's Tama Tonga going to answer this open challenge? They keep teasing them, and they're gonna answer it eventually. Oh my god, my voice. Sorry about that. They're gonna answer it eventually, but I don't know when. But that's where it's gonna be leading. But DIY getting a big win. Feels like it's been a while since either of these teams have actually had a tag match, but I was very happy about it. But now we have to go to Finn versus Penta. Finn Balor versus Penta. Another two people who have tons of history outside of WWE. And I mean, this felt like just a Raw match, because we've been seeing it a lot. It didn't feel like it didn't feel like a big tournament match like the last time is now tournament is supposed to be. But they definitely did some cool things. Penta had a really cool suplex that I remember. Finn Balor, they just went back and forth a lot. Penta hit a Penta driver and Finn Balor kicked out. That really shocked me. But Penta ends up hitting a Mexican Destroyer and ends up winning and advancing. And speaking of this tournament, here is the new bracket. Now, if you're looking at the question marks, unfortunately, Sheamus was injured. I don't know if it's kayfabe or real, but LA Knight will have another mystery opponent. They said that Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis will determine who takes that spot. And of course, rumors are circulating. This seems like the ultimate opportunity for somebody that has an edge could fill this. But when that doesn't happen, we're all just gonna have to cope. So, moving on to the main event segment. Rhea, Io, Flair, and Alexa, they all come out separately, and they say that they're all on the same page now. They got everything figured out, and, Rhea's like, Wargames is 5 people always, and who is it gonna be? It's AJ Lee. But this doesn't last very long. Super hype, but Lash legend Nia Jax and the Kabuki Warriors come from behind and beat them down. AJ Lee's like, oh shit, I gotta go help my team. She gets shoulder checked by the man, and it was the best shoulder check I've ever seen. It's not just me saying it, it's Sports Illustrated saying it, it's ESPN saying it, it's everybody saying it. And the beatdown just continues. Becky holds Rhea in the corner for a second so Nia can hit the Annihilator, and she shakes hands with Asuka. And Becky Lynch is the 5th and final member of the heel team for War Games, and AJ Lee is the 5th member for the babyface team in War Games. So that was Friday Night SmackDown, and it was a very fun show. A lot happened. man, my predictions are kind of killing it lately. I don't know if it's really easy to predict or if I'm just, I just got that booking mind in my head. But I'm so excited to see both of these War Games matches next week. But we still have Raw and we still have a SmackDown before them. This low-key felt like a go-home show. But for right now, that's it. Make sure you guys like and subscribe on the Manatee Sports channel. We got a UFC card coming up. We got more Raw and SmackDown reviews, and we're going to have a Survivor Series prediction pretty soon. So keep on the lookout for that. And for right now, that's it.